Today we're looking at possibly the greatest Air Jordan of all time. This is the 2016 Bred, or Banned. What's up guys, BJ Kicks here. Welcome back to my channel, Kicks on Kicks, where I review sneakers. Subscribe if you're into that. Now, today we are taking a look at, I gotta admit, this is a replica of the 2016 Air Jordan 1 Bred, aka the 2016 Banned ones. Now, before we get into the shoe, I'm going to give you a great overview. I'm going to look at some details. I'll give you some legit checking points to look out for in case you're still trying to buy these on the open market. Don't want nobody getting got. So, before we get into all of that, I want to give a huge shout out to the good folks over at Fetchy. So all their information is in the description below, but Fetchy sent me this pair. They donated this for content and so that I could do this review, which was super nice of them. So thanks, Fetchy. Now, let's go ahead and give this shoe a once over. Then we'll take a look at the box and move on. Now, this, like I said, is the 2016 Bred Jordan 1. The shoe that started it all. The one they can't stop you from wearing. The one that Jordan Brand really wants to know got banned from the NBA, even though this shoe didn't get banned from the NBA. But anyway, as the story goes, on October 18th, 1984, the NBA sent a letter to Michael Jordan saying, hey, that black and red high top sneaker that you've been wearing, you can't wear that. Because at the time, the NBA, or most of the shoes you saw on court in the NBA, were mostly white. And these were black and red, like the devil, Michael Jordan once notably stated. But anyway, so they banned the shoe, allegedly. The shoe they actually banned was a Nike Airship, but we all know that. You've heard that a million times. But anyway, they banned the shoe, and then Nike decided to use that in their advertising to say, hey, these shoes have been banned, but they can't stop you from wearing them. And also, famously, Nike paid the fine. I think it was $5,000 a game for Michael Jordan to wear these every single time. Best marketing budget money ever spent. And the legacy of this shoe is everything we know the Jordan Brand to be today. I mean, who would have thought 37 years later, we're still getting an annual Air Jordan model? Like, that's super dope. The retros are going crazy. There's new retros released every single Saturday. And I mean, the Jordans are still at the top of the sneaker game. Like, when it comes to hype, when it comes to collectible, when it comes to sneakerheads, this is like the gold standard. And it started with this shoe. Now, quick once over. I mean, again, this is the now classic color blocking, one of the original colorways, but this is Bred. So you got black on this smooth leather on your mud guard, your around your toe box, and up moving on to the mid paneling and up here on your ankle collar. So that's that. And then the rest of the shoe is in a nice varsity red. Got your tumbled leather on your toe box, your even more tumbled leather on the swoosh, and also a semi-tumbled leather on the heel counter and sort of ankle collar supports. This shoe was designed by the dude who also designed the Nike Dunk, and it bears a lot of similarities. In fact, once when I was in like 6th grade, my cousin had a pair of Jordan 1s on, and I was like, nah, man, those are Dunks. Like, those are Dunks. I was ignorant. I had no idea. But anyway, these are the Jordan 1s, Bred Jordan 1s, and if you've seen them, you've seen them. Like, you know what it is. Before we get a look at the details, let's take a look at the box. And this is, you know, nothing special, nothing to see here. It's really your standard Nike Air Jordan 1 box. So you got your Nike in that, you know, great Nike font. I forgot what it's called. Your swoosh here. These are separate registered trademarks. So you got 2 registered. Anyway, I'm a nerd. But look, got your Nike swoosh branding all around the box. On the back, it says 1985 Air Jordan 1. And of course, on the front, you got your size tag. I got these in a size 9 because that's my personal size and I'm wearing these joints. These released in 2016 for a retail price of $160. Air Jordan 1 High OG, black, varsity red, and white. Oh, cool. We even got a little sticker at the bottom of the box. So that's the box. Inside, no extras or anything. It's a standard box, standard white paper, and there you go. So now that we take a look at the box, let's look at some details on this shoe. And this is the part where I like to give a few legit checking points as well. So like I said, on your toe box, you got this nice tumbled leather. You know, since the release of these, we've also gotten the release of the shattered backboards and a bunch of other Jordan models with really, really soft leather. These are not that. The leather on the toe box is fairly soft, not as soft as the taxis I just reviewed, not as soft as really any Jordan 1 recently. But it's just nice. It's nice. It looks like it's going to crease beautifully. Love that. Moving on to the swoosh. Again, a really nice tumbled leather, nice texture. It looks premium, even though we know with these mass-produced Jordans, it's not all that premium. Moving up to the ankle collar, you've got the now classic Air Jordan Wings logo. It is embossed and glossy. You run your fingers over it, feels a bit like Braille. It's great. I love this logo, honestly. I would just wear like the Air Jordan Wings logo on t-shirts all the time if I could. But anyway, that's that. Like I said, you got this black smooth leather. It's like a full grain smooth leather here. And like I said, this leather, I'm not going to call it trash. I'm sure it'll hold up well, but it's not going to be the most comfortable on foot. It's not super pliable, not super malleable, but it's there. It's there. Standard Jordan leather. Moving on to your tongue, you got a black nylon tongue here with your Nike Air branding up top. And one noticeable difference between this shoe and a lot of the other iterations before is this white sock, or white, I guess we can call it a sock liner. On the inside of the tongue, it's white. How about that? Now, another great standout feature for the Air Jordan 1 band from 2016 is they actually printed the date inside your shoe. You actually got your size. So you'll see your size right there. And then you'll see 841018X. That's just the date, October 18th, 1984. That's the date that these were banned. Put that big X on them. Now, these shoes, these are 2016 Breds, aka banned Jordan 1s. These are not to be confused with the 2011 banned Jordan 1s, which were an outlet only release. I remember my guy, Kenny, shout out to you, Kenny, who worked at the Nike outlet in Mebane, who was probably the biggest sneakerhead I know still to this day. He got himself a pair, and the leather on those is phenomenal. It is amazing. And I wish I had picked up a pair because he told me about them months in advance. But I was a broke college student. I wasn't about to spend $150 on a pair of sneakers. Dumb me, because now they're $10,000. Anyway. Pulling out your left shoe, right? So on your left shoe, it's the same shoe, but you got all your extras. So this pair, or this 2016 version, comes with a red lace and a white lace, both flat laces, of course. And they come in this nice little distinct pattern that, you know, we all love to copy. People like to say this is a legit checking point. It could be, I guess, but I mean, mine are replicas and they have it like this. And so there's that. And then on the inside, on your insole, you got a white and red Nike Air branded insole. And those are the details. I guess I should mention the outside, the outsole on this shoe. Nice blood red or varsity red outsole under a stark white midsole. Again, it's a Jordan 1. You've seen Jordan 1s a million times. Now, as far as legit checking points, this long after a release is difficult to legit check a shoe because the replicators, they've went in and tried as hard as they can to perfect this shoe. One thing you're always going to want to look for is that sort of hourglass shape on the Jordan 1. The 2016 bands did not have as much of an hourglass as a lot of the later models. So you know, look out for that. If your shoe is too wide, then it's probably a Fugazi. Other things to look for, really, it's just the quality of the leather, the placement on these perforations on the toe box. Sometimes can be a little bit wonky. One of the holes on my toe box wasn't actually punched all the way through. I had to go get a toothpick and like actually punch the hole. So that's something to look out for. Another thing that people like to look out for on these shoes is the actual text on the Air Jordan Wings logo. So much of this stuff is really like not possible to look at with the naked eye unless you got the two shoes side by side. Then you can easily spot differences. But let me know if you got a pair of 2016 Band 1 sitting dead stock waiting for somebody to compare yours to. Now, because if I had these, I'm wearing them. Now, a lot of the Jordans from this era did get like a sort of like glittery substance on them later on, developed over time. So perhaps a real pair would be a little glittery, a little shimmery right now. But these aren't, because these weren't produced way back then. So there's that. But I mean, yeah, that's the shoe. So if you're trying to authenticate something like this, you're going to have a hard time. You're going to have to basically look at two shoes side by side. But if you're just considering these for the toe, I'd say they look pretty darn good. So it's now time for my overall thoughts and a rating on this shoe. And I mean, what can I say? It's the shoe that started it all. This is like the greatest Jordan 1 of all time, possibly the greatest Air Jordan of all time, although I give that distinction to the Air Jordan 3, Black Cement. But still one of the most important sneakers in sneaker history. This is a 10 out of 10 all day. Replication, I give it a 9.5 out of 10. I don't see any major flaws, no loose stitching, no glue stains. Even like under the black light, I don't see like pen marks or guides. Just, just a dope shoe is all I see. So yeah, those are my thoughts. It's a great shoe. I can't wait to wear it. I'm gonna wear it all the time. I'm gonna beat these to the ground. And when these are beat up, I'm probably gonna hit up one of these sellers on Instagram and grab another replica, because I need this shoe in constant rotation. So that's my verdict. If you want to know more information about where I get my shoes and you need help like legit checking and finding sneaker news and all that, join my Discord. It's called the Rep Collective. Links in the description. And let's go ahead and lace these up and get them on feet.